Welcome to Wisdom for the Day. Today is day 52. We are in the 6th chapter of the book of Proverbs, chapters 6 through 8, from the New Living Translation. Take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise. Though they have no prince or governor or ruler to make them work, they labor hard all summer, gathering food for the winter. As Christians, we should work. Now, we might have a job and we might look after people, maybe like our families. We might do God's work, maybe as a church leader. Whatever those various tasks are, whatever we do, we should not be lazy. Solomon writes about insects. Ants are very common. Ants work together in groups, and they're wise because they store food. They don't waste their time. In 2 Thessalonians 3:10, some Christians refuse to work. The church gave food to them, and Paul told the church not to do this. He said, if a man will not work, then he shall not eat. And he added, do not get too tired to do the right things. That's in verses 3-13. Paul obeyed this lesson himself. Daily he spoke about God to the people. But the church didn't provide Paul's wages. Paul deserved money because he worked for God. Paul deserved money, but he didn't accept money from the church. Instead, he decided to work. He made tents. He earned enough money for himself and for the other Christian workers, and he worked very hard. Paul did this because Jesus taught God makes the giver even more glad than the person who receives. Acts 20:35. We also must work to help other people. Belief is good, but only if you do good things. Now, maybe someone has no food or no clothes. You might tell them, go away, I hope you will be warm. I hope you'll get a meal. But then you do nothing to help. That's not good. Belief achieves nothing unless you help people. James 2:14-17. In today's passage, we're told that our working is how creation was planned. Just as small creatures like ants know how to work together for the ants to survive, so we should work. God provides for us with the expectation that we'll also work. People feeling entitled to clothes and food is not a modern problem. The early church gave food and clothes to church members who were in need. It didn't take long for some lazy people to game the system. Because of idle people taking advantage of the system, the Apostle Paul taught in 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10, if anyone will not work, don't let him eat. Brutal. So let me ask you this. Beware of spiritual advisors and preachers who tell you that since God wants you to live an abundant life, that all you have to do is give, and God will multiply your gifts so you won't even need to work. Don't believe that if you give everything you own to a ministry that you can force God to pay you back with interest. Anything you give God is a gift. God, the creator of the universe, is not a bank manager. He doesn't owe you interest. You give because you want to, not to get rich without working. Well, that's all for today, but I'll be back tomorrow. But if you just miss me so much and have to hear my voice, remember to go to wisdomfortheday.org. You can check out all the past episodes. And if you like this show, do me a favor, please. Tell someone about it. You can share it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But really, what works best is if you send them a link by text, because you can add a note and say, I really enjoy this show, and I think you would too. You have a lot more influence than you believe you do. Until tomorrow, I'm Rick. I love you. See ya.